What are the pros and the cons of living in Corinth, Texas? That's one of the most common questions that I get from clients that are looking to move into the area. So if you're thinking about moving to Corinth or simply want to learn more about the city, this is a video for you. And you're gonna wanna stay to the end because some of the cons will not only surprise you, but can actually cost you money. Now, if we're just meeting, my name is Jaime Resendiz. Welcome to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel, where you'll find real estate information that no one else is sharing with you. All right, so let's get into it. Corinth is located on the northern part of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It takes about 45 minutes to get to downtown Fort Worth, and it also takes another 45 minutes to get to downtown Dallas. Now, if you're trying to get to the airport, that's a 25-minute commute. All right, so let's jump into the first pro, and that's the cost of living. The housing prices in Corinth are still quite reasonable, especially when you factor in all of the newer homes that have been built, because Corinth has been one of those cities that a lot of investment has gone into from a lot of developers, a lot of builders putting up some residential homes. Now, in addition to reasonable real estate prices, you also have a lower property tax rate. Now, to be clear, I'm comparing the lower property tax rate to the surrounding cities in the DFW Metroplex. So what I'm not saying is that property taxes are going to be low here in Texas, because in Texas they're not. Because you may or may not be aware, but Texas has some of the highest property tax rates in the entire country. Now, something else that's quite unique to Corinth is the fact that it still feels like a small town. It still feels like a small community, and you're going to be running into people that you know quite frequently. Now, you're also going to see the schools help foster some of that small town feeling because of the activities that they do, which there's no complaints for me. I grew up in a small town. I favor a small town. Till present day, I live in a small town, so I'm not mad at it. That's why I put this in the pros category. Now, I understand that the small town vibe is not for everybody, but what is for everybody is the parks and recreation. Corinth allows you to go to the park, go hiking, or go play around the golf at Oakmont Country Club, which is actually one of my favorite country clubs of all time. Now, something else that you have access to is the lake right down the road. You're basically within walking distance of Louisville Lake, which a lot of Corinth residents take advantage of. And by the way, if you're finding value in this video, let me know that you're here by commenting Corinth down in the comment section. Because now we need to talk about some of the downsides to Corinth. And the very first one that comes to mind is the traffic. Corinth is one of those cities that sees a lot of people, because most of the folks that go through Corinth are actually just on their way to Denton or on the way to Dallas if they're going the other way. It's one of those cities that you'll see Corinth next to exits and then never think about again. Now, it's all those individuals plus Corinth residents that add up to a significant amount of traffic. Because something else to realize is that most Corinth residents do not work in Corinth. They're commuting somewhere. So if you're gonna live in Corinth, you must have a reliable vehicle to get around, given that public transportation is pretty much non-existent. Now, another con to Corinth is one that I experienced quite a bit when I lived in Denton, and that's the extreme weather. Here's the thing. Anytime there's a storm, expect strong winds and expect hail damage. I might be exaggerating by just a bit, but if you have lived in Corinth or that area in that northwest side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, you know what those thunderstorms mean. There's gonna be high wind, there's gonna be hail, and there's gonna be a tornado siren going off at one point or another. Now, thankfully, the tornadoes don't hit, which is a really good thing, but it's still something that you need to be aware of, that extreme weather is real. Now, the third con to Corinth is the entertainment scene. You're not gonna have that many restaurants. There's not gonna be a lot of opportunity for shopping in Corinth, and you're also not gonna have any nightlife. For all the things that I just mentioned, you're gonna wanna go up north just slightly to Denton, because that's where you're gonna find the things to do when it comes to entertainment. Now, overall, the reason that so many of our clients select Corinth over all the other cities is because of that small town feel, the affordable house prices, and also that parks and recreation scene. That's why we at the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel give Corinth a 3.9 out of 5. So if Corinth has piqued your interest and you want to learn more about Corinth all the way back to when it was founded, check out this video right here. Or if you're ready to check out some homes in Corinth, check out our list of preferred homes linked down in the description.